Hi, everyone. I was reminded this week that regardless of the war that we're in, the disasters, and the corruption that surrounds us, we still have hope. And I'm grateful for these reminders. I had a few conversations with friends. I was able to laugh over some memories. I was able to have some touchful moments with my family and a few joyful tears of connection. I've also been deeply touched by a book that has landed on my eyeballs right at the nick of time. As our world goes to war, we are reminded of the spiritual and physical warfare that we are in every single day. Though many of us aren't able to fight physically, there's still a spiritual warfare that we're all in. And the main weapon that we have is faith, hope, and love. So I wanted to share a very short reflection about this amazing read that hammers home what that means. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Work Life Eubiosis podcast with your host, Charleston Edwards. If this is your first time here, welcome. My goal is simple: to eradicate burnout and to bring harmony, purpose, and balance to this world, starting with the family. My hope is that this show and the story shared will provide encouragement and ideas that will be valuable to you on your journey to work-life freedom. So let's dive in to today's episode. A good friend recommended a book to me called Theo of Golden. After sitting on my bookshelf for 6 months, I finally picked it up and I found a pot of gold. Without spoiling the ending, this was one of the most fascinating books I've ever read. Alan Levi, the author, restored my hope in humankind. He reminded me that there are good people out there with good hearts, genuine motives, and all they want to do is see other people fulfilled, even if it sacrifices their own personal comfort. The plot of this book is simple, but yet beautifully complex, as the story follows the most interesting and intriguing old man named Theo, who becomes infatuated with art at a coffee shop in a small Georgia town. Theo uses his love for art to bless others, total strangers. Throughout this journey, from Portugal to New York City to Golden, we learn more and more about each of the 90-plus characters and how these lives are weaved together. This book reminds us of how small our world really is, especially when we choose to expand our world. Let that sink in. One simple gesture to a total stranger has a ripple that can never be measured. As I've continued to rave about Theo to everyone, my wife has joked that this book sounds like a Hallmark movie. And maybe it is. I will take it. And yes, I'm awake to the evil times of this world. My phone reminds me almost every 10 minutes that our world has real issues. But in the midst of darkness, there is still light. This book is light, a necessary light, not to escape the darkness, but to provide hope in the darkness. Our world needs more hope. The beauty of words, orchestrated page after page, is light. The light is art. In fact, one of the chapters in this book addressed art. Theo was asked, "What makes good art?" Theo responds like this, with this quote: "Yes, I have thought about it. In fact, I've thought about it a great deal. I've asked others about it, but I don't know if I have the answer either, other than this. It might not make a lot of sense, but for anything to be good, truly good, there must be love in it. I'm not even sure I know fully what that means, but the older I get, the more I believe it. There must be love for the gift itself, love for the subject being depicted or the story being told, and love for the audience. Whether the art is sculpture, farming, teaching, lawmaking, medicine, music, or raising a child, if love is not in it, at the very heart of it, It might be skillful, marketable, or popular, but I doubt it is truly good. Nothing is what it's supposed to be if love is not at the core." Unquote. The conversation in the book continues, and Theo was asked how he knows if love is in it. Theo admitted that he didn't know, but he was sure that God knows. I can agree that only God knows the intentions and motives of a human heart. From our hearts comes art. Art is not just a pretty picture. Art is an ability. We all have an art. Art is our personalized method of showing up in this world. We have two choices in how we show up, with love or without it. This is a great litmus test to gauge where you may be at on the burnout meter. Are you showing up in this world with passion and love? If the answer is no, then what would make you fall in love again? If the answer is yes, then keep the fire going, because our world needs it. Your passion doesn't always have to be your job. Like Theo of Golden exemplifies throughout the entire book, passion is taking the time to be present, thoughtful, and intentional to what or who is right in front of us. And when we can do that, we have the ability to show up in the unique way that we are designed, with love and light. Have a good week. Thank you for listening to the Work-Life Eubiosis podcast, part of the work-life resources created by Own Your 5 to 9. I hope that you have found encouragement and a few ideas to strengthen your journey to purpose, freedom, and balance. Have you overcome burnout and found a new way of life? Millions around the globe are still at the risk of burnout and losing it all. And your story may be the one that sparks not only a dream, but action. Visit ownyour5to9.com for more information and submit your story. While you're there, join the Work-Life Eubiosis newsletter and receive additional resources weekly right to your inbox. If you enjoy this podcast, take time to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Share it with a friend or loved one. Remember, the most important organization in the world is the family. Let's do our part to strengthen it. Thank you for listening.